In this video, we're going to do the Golf Wolf Lodge scenario inventory questions. These are from the Essentials of Inventory Management lecture, although currently they're part of the Supply Chain Inventory Management homework, which is the next topic after this one. However, these first two questions about the Grey Wolf Lodge scenario are simple continuous review systems. They're like review. So let's knock these out quickly, and then a separate video will be made for the echelon inventory management questions. So let's put our data into Excel. Okay, we have some demand statistics. Daily demand, 275 is the average, standard deviation of 30 bars. Okay, so daily demand is small d, that's 275. Sigma d, standard deviation of demand, is 30. Ordering cost is 10. Handling cost is 0.3 per bar per year. Ordering cost, we usually call it capital S. That's $10 per order. This is all units of product. And then our holding cost is 0.3. This is dollar per unit per year. Notice that it is given in dollar per unit per year, so this is capital H. If this was dollars per dollar per year, then you have to multiply the 0.3 by the value of the unit. So if the soap costs $5, you'll multiply it's like 30%, so 0.3 is 30%. You do 0.3 times $5, which is the value of the soap, and then you'll get like $2 would be the holding cost. So always check the units. We are given dollars per soap bar per year or dollar per unit of product per year. So that's capital H. The holding cost is not a percentage, so you don't multiply it by anything. This is the holding cost. If it's given as a percentage or a ratio, it says like 30% or $0.3 per dollar per year, then you have to multiply it by the value of the item. Lead time is 5 with a standard deviation of 1. So L is 5 and SL, standard deviation of lead time, is 1. And this is time period days. Okay, so first we calculate the economic order quantity, EOQ. Now if you check the slides, you have the formula of EOQ given in the slides. So this is like slide 11 and 10 and 11. Right, so we'll just plug in that formula, square root of 2 times annual demand. So I have to multiply it by the number of days in the year that we are open for. The lodge is open 365 days a year, so multiply it by 365 to get annual demand. Then multiply it by the ordering cost. And we divide by the holding cost, capital H. So that gives you 2586.8. The question wants the nearest integer. So I can use the round function in Excel, round this to 0 digits after the decimal, so just like an integer, and we get 2587 EOQ rounded to the nearest integer. And you can just round yourself. 2586.8 is 2587. The next question we need to find the reorder point, which is how much to reorder. R. Reorder point is the daily demand times the lead time, okay, plus safety stock, which we don't have yet. Okay, so first, before we calculate reorder point, we'll calculate safety stock. Will make our job easier. For safety stock, we have the formula in this. So reorder point is average demand times average lead time plus safety stock. Safety stock is the z-score times the standard deviation of demand during lead time, sigma DLT. Sigma DLT is given by this formula because demand is variable, lead time is variable. We're going to use the third row formula here. We'll get sigma DLT through this formula. We'll plug it into, multiply it by z-score. We'll get safety stock. Then we'll add the d times L and we'll get the reorder point. Okay, so let's do this. So we're going to get the z, we need the z-score. So let's move it down a little bit. So our z-score is going to be based on the cycle service level, which is 99%. So we just do norm.s.inv 0.99. This is my z-score. So I'm going to take this times square root of this big thing, to get my safety stock. Lead time times standard deviation of demand squared. So I take the lead time times the standard deviation of demand squared plus demand squared times lead time squared. So we take the daily demand squared times the standard deviation of lead time squared. So that's my safety stock. Then my reorder point R is simply going to be D, daily demand, times L plus the safety stock. So I got 203.30.5, and it says round to nearest integer. So again, I know it's going to be 2034, or I can just use the round function in Excel and say I don't want any digits after the decimal point, and I get the answer. Okay, so that is the answer to question 1. Question 2, that finishes the Gray-Wolf Lodge scenario, which is in continuous review systems. Remember, continuous review systems, you have 2 basic questions. When to reorder, that's answered by the reorder point. Whenever inventory drops below R, you reorder. How much to reorder, that's answered by EOQ, you reorder this much. So whenever inventory drops below 2034, order 2587 to take the inventory back up.